Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at the Tusk Traverse Pannier bag, and we're going to fit them to my bike, which is a DRZ400. The reason I got these bags is I've had a real struggle finding good, simple storage solutions for my stuff for long day rides. So I'm giving these bags a try. So I don't really like wearing backpacks. I know that's a solution. Some people like it, but it's just never been my thing. I have an aftermarket extended fuel capacity Tusk tank, and it has a really tall rise on it, so it really doesn't lend itself very well to a tank bag. I've tried numerous bags off Amazon. I've tried the ATV tank bags. They kind of work, but they're very uncomfortable. They get in the way of my knees. So I either have to sit really far back on the seat or I have to spread my knees apart. It's just not very comfortable, so that didn't work. I've had numerous cheap dry bags, which would work for a short amount of time, then they would get a hole rubbed in them. I've seen these Traverse bags for a while, and so I've decided to try them. I do have some experience with some Tusk bag products. I have these Tusk tank bags, side tank bags. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with them. It's not that they're not good or not built nicely, which they are. They're fairly heavy duty. I just had a really hard time fitting them to the DRZ and making them work correctly. I had the same problem with the knees. So I had to end up making these little plastic brackets, and I use these Scotch-Lock Velcro type things to hold them to the side of the plastic. Basically, I have some on the back here, but this video is not about this bag. It's pretty well made. Doesn't hold a lot. Good for holding like candy bars, maps, GoPro batteries. Just not a lot of storage. You don't want to put a lot of weight in these. So I don't know how much I'll be using these in the future. I had to mount them so far forward on the plastic fairing. They like way up here by like the turn signal area, just to get them out of the way of my knees. So not really a great solution. I'm afraid they're going to catch on something while I'm riding in the mountains and rip the whole plastic piece off the side of my bike. So I bought these last year. I have the Tusk Excursion luggage system, soft luggage rackless system. The jury's still out about this unit. I bought it last year because I didn't really have a good way of carrying gear for a 5-day trip on the Washington BDR. I was tired of using hodgepodge put together stuff, so I went ahead and purchased the Excursion. It was fairly inexpensive at Rocky Mountain, but this video is not about that. I do have a love-hate relationship with that as well. I question its longevity. It's really too big and bulky for a day ride, so that wasn't going to work. I need something to stay on the bike, something I can carry water in, I can carry my tools in, I can carry, snacks in, that sort of thing, maps, GoPro stuff, and not be in the way. So it looks like, I think this Tusk Traverse setup is going to be the ticket, looking at it. So let's go ahead and jump into looking at it and going over it and seeing what it's all about. All right, let's do that. All right, here it is. Here it is. It has these long straps. So, get close to the camera so you guys can see it. They're fairly nice bags. First impression is they're fairly well made, like the tank bag, the Tusk tank bag or side saddle bag. I guess that's what you would call those. Quite roomy, it looks like. I think these are going to do the. I think these are going to work out nice. So it looks like you got a heavy duty nylon outer shell. Looks like you've got some TP material here, TPU material. There's 2 compression straps, so if you don't have a lot of stuff and you want to suck it closer to the bike, you can. Looks like you got some YKK zippers here. Nice zipper. There is looks like some kind of shield over the zipper here. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it looks like that'll keep like the dust out, keep some rainwater out. Tusk does say these are not waterproof, but I would imagine they're water resistant. I would imagine it would take quite a long time being in some pretty harsh rain to really get water soaking through this. Let's see, what else can I tell you about this? So it has a side pocket here. That's kind of big enough where you could get like an inner tube patch kit or you know, put your wallet in there. I probably wouldn't put anything valuable in here in this side, like a cell phone or anything like that. On the back, you have this soft material to keep you from scratching your plastics. Yeah, probably will. It has these, I don't know what you would call these. They're on the zipper, I guess, so if you have gloves on, that you can operate the zippers. So, what else can I tell you about it? Oh, Tusk says their total volume is 16 liters, or Rocky Mountain says that. So that would be, what, 8 liters a side? That's a fairly good amount of storage. So on top, where you would drape them over your seat, you have these heavy-duty Velcro straps here. There's 2 of them with D-rings. There's some D-rings up here on both straps, 2 sets of D-rings. So you could strap extra gear. You could get a dry bag and strap to the top of another bag. And heck, you could do an overnight with this setup if you got another top bag. Looks like you have a really long integrated strap on each bag. They're sewn into the bag here. Very long. That would be from going and wrapping around the frame and hooking back to the bag. So, what else can I say about the bag? They're kind of a low profile tapered design. What else? You don't need a rack. You could have a rack or not need a rack with these. So you could go either way. So they got you covered there. They were kind of really designed for small motorcycles like dual sports, enduro bikes, but I guess you could use them on any bike if you wanted. But that's what they were more designed for. So that's the bags themselves. There's not really much else to say about them. They're pretty simple. We're going to fit them to the bike here in a minute. So what else comes in the package besides some directions? You've got some straps here. So you have, if you don't have a tail rack, I suppose you could use this with a tail rack too. But if you don't have one, this is their fender hook system. You can see these hooks here. It also has sets of D-rings. A smaller D-ring would be for the strap I'm going to show you next. So what you would do is you would hook this to your back fenders and you would tighten it up with these 2 straps here, and then that would be connected to your rear fender. Then you would hook this next strap to the small D-ring. So here's the other 2 straps that it comes with. As you can see, there's a hoop. So you would go through that D-ring right there. Here, I'll just show you. So put it through there, and you kind of loop it back on itself. And it just tightens down like that right there. Then you take this long remaining strap and it would go to a buckle on the bag. So that would connect it to the back of your bike. So that's really it. The bags, the fender straps, and the cinch straps. I guess that's what you would call them. I think they're going to work out really nice. So kind of in summary, they look really well built. I'm impressed. So I think I'm going to like them more than any other Tusk products I bought so far. Between the tank, saddlebag, and the excursion luggage, I think these are going to be my go-to thing, and I'm going to keep them on the bike. Okay, so when we come back, I'm going to bring you guys over to the bike, and we're actually going to see how hard it is to fit this to my DRZ. So stay tuned. Let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set the bags on the back seat, on the seat of the bike, and position them where I want them to ride. I want them to ride at the back of the seat. So if you notice on these, the seat straps here on top these are set toward the back of the bag instead of up here. This is how you would want them to ride. You'd want these toward the back of the bike, back of the seat, not like that. So let's go ahead and drape these down on the bike. And these are Velcro straps right here, and they're designed to fit the width of your seat. You can pull them in or out depending on the width of your seat. So since I have a tail rack, I want them to ride roughly right about there, right at the back edge of my seat. So I'm going to, since this is going over my tail rack, I'm going to run these Velcro straps underneath my tail rack, like that, just to get a little bit cleaner fit. I could run them over the top, but this is a little bit cleaner. Out of the way, get the D-rings up there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull them tight like that. And there. That's right about where I want them to ride. You've got your D-rings right there. You've got the set in the front, set in the rear. So what you could do if you had a lot of excess strap material right here, there's these seam marks. You're supposed to be able to cut them on these seams. If you have a lot of excess strap hanging out, you can cut them. If you did cut them, I would probably use a lighter and singe the end where you cut it. It's just a nylon strap. So you have your D-rings here. You could, if you needed more storage, you could put a dry bag here and cinch it to these 4 D-rings. So if you wanted to do an overnight, you could do that with an extra dry bag on top. This is my Riggs tool bag. It basically has everything, all my tools, everything I would need to change a tire, to fix anything on the bike. There's not really room for anything else. I'm going to go ahead and leave this on here. It's already hard bolted to my rack. So if I did want to put a dry bag on here, I would need to probably remove that. So there you go. So that's how you adjust, that's how you put it on. That's the first step. Getting it where you want it on the seat, adjusting these straps. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to connect these long front straps to the bike, and I'm going to go ahead and get the camera set up for that, and we'll be right back. So now what we're going to do is we're going to connect this really long front strap to some connecting point on the front of the bike. Well, the DRZ is going to be a little difficult to do that. I see a lot of other bikes connecting it around the frame here, but if you look, that is like right next to my chain. I can't get it through here because of this. The only pass-through that really is available, I might be able to snake it through there or up here, but that angle would be too high. So I would probably, if you don't have this piece came with my Tusk excursion luggage. It was actually a bracket meant to screw to the back of your fender if you didn't have a rack. But I came up with the idea of screwing it into my foot peg here, and that's how I bolted those down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize this piece and put that strap through there. It's going to be close, but I think I can make it work. So if you don't have that piece, you can probably buy these at Rocky Mountain just these pieces here. I would probably, if I didn't have it, I would wrap it around here, then back up. But since I have it, I'm going to go ahead and utilize that. It also has these, what I didn't mention earlier in the video, it comes with these Velcro keepers like that for the excess strap. You could cut the excess. If you do, you'd want to singe the ends with a lighter, but I think I'm going to leave them for now. This is what comes with 4 of these. This is one right here. That's one right there. I'm going to leave mine for now. I may end up putting these on a different bike, and I don't want to cut it too short. So I'm going to leave the strap. I'm just going to bunch it up and use their Velcro piece. So what you want to do, let's see. So I'm going to run this through here. Velcro up. I'm going to come back out up here like that. Yeah, that's going to work out nicely. And then I'm going to connect it to the buckle on the bag right there. So that's how I'm going to do that. So I'll go ahead and do that up, and I'll show you the finished product when I'm done with that. Be right back. Alright, so I went ahead and ran the strap through my bracket here and went ahead and threaded it through the buckle that's attached, the other end. Now I have all this leftover strap, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bunch it up and I'm going to cinch it down into this Velcro strap holder instead of cutting it. So that's really it. So what we're going to do next is we're going to move to the back of the bike on the rack, and we're going to go ahead and install the rear strap. And once the rear strap's installed, we are done. So I'll get the camera reset up and I'll show you that. All right, let's go ahead and connect the rear of the bag with the rear strap. Since I have a rack on here, I'm going to not use this fender strap. I suppose you could use it on the rack. They say you can, but my rack has plenty of holes in it here where I can just connect the cinch strap. So we're not going to use this. I'm going to put that aside. So I already went ahead and cinched the cinch strap to one of the holes in the back of my rear rack here. It's kind of underneath my tool bag. And what that does is it connects to this final buckle here on the back of the bag. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's just run it. Run it through there. Give it a little snug. There. Okay. That's on there solid. That is not going anywhere. That is tight. So let's go ahead and I've got my Velcro strap keeper. Let's go ahead and show you how I do that. I just kind of curl them up like that. There's a lot of extra strap here, so this could fit a lot of different motorcycles. So that's kind of, I guess I could probably do it a little cleaner, but that's good enough for right now. Put that under there. It's kind of in a tight spot underneath my rack, tail rack. There you go. The bag's installed. So basically, the bag's installed. You do the same exact thing to the other side. I'm not going to show that on camera because it's just redundant. Hook the front strap up, cinch it down. Hook the back strap up and cinch it down. And that's it. Bag's installed. And they are solid. They're not going anywhere. So the bags are installed. I just wanted to point out a few things before I end this video to show you what you might need. For starters, if you look over here on this bag, you're going to want to get a heat shield. Now this heat shield came with my Tusk excursion luggage, but they sell these on Rocky Mountain. I see a lot of other websites selling them as well. Just an aluminum heat shield. It's held on by a big hose clamp. I also wanted to show you, because my lighting isn't the greatest here in my garage, I wanted to show you how the straps, up close, the straps. So let me get some light on it and I'll show you the bottom and top strap. So if you can see right there, that's how that's attached. So, and there's the Velcro loop with the excess strap. Here's an up close of the bag. And on the back, you can see how I have it looped through my tail rack. And there's the excess strap gathered up. And on the top, you can see the D-rings for extra if you wanted a dry bag. And there's the stitching that if you wanted to trim the straps, the stitch lines. And those are the main things. Turn this light off. Those are the main things I wanted to point out that I didn't really think I lit up very well in the previous clips. So all in all, I think these bags are going to work out great. So they're fairly roomy. I should be able to hold everything I need for a long day out in the mountains. There are other bags that are very similar, but they cost 3 times as much. Are they 3 times better? Well, I don't think so. Again, this is not a review. This is just a first look at them and installing them on my DRZ. So I hope this helps you guys. Where I am going to review them in 2 weeks from now, two weekends from now, I'm going to be doing a ride along section 1 of the Washington BDR. We'll be on and off the BDR. Our goal isn't to ride the BDR, so we'll be riding between Mount St. Helens and Mount Adams, kind of in the wilderness, so we'll be on and off of it in various places. Our goal is to find some really nice dispersed camp spots, because we've been riding through there for years and we just generally blow through places. So that's the goal, and I'm going to take you guys along on that adventure. So, and when I do that, we'll review these bags. I suspect they'll be fine. They're pretty heavy duty, but if something catastrophic happens to them, I'll let you guys know. Anyway, that's really all I've got to say about these bags. So stay tuned for the ride video where I'll review them on there, and that's it. See you guys next time.